That constant concern about things to come, that continuing dissatisfaction for what has not yet happened, or even worse, it has already happened. We live in a constant fear of not having, fear of not arriving on time, fear that nobody loves me, fear of not having somebody to love, fear of being alone, fear of not being. This is not my body, this is not my mind. I am not my body, I am not my mind. Namaskar, my friends. This is Devadatta from Dallas. Welcome to Mystic Meditations. The strongest feeling that produces anxiety is fear. Fear of losing your job, fear of being confused, fear of losing everything, fear of being alone, fear of not loving somebody, fear of not accumulating such an amount of money, fear of not having the correct car or dressing in the correct way, fear of not having the correct job or living in the correct condominium or neighborhood. That reminds me years and years ago in Dallas, I was in a party. I don't go to parties anymore. It's been a long time. And I was with these two guys, and I remember we saw somebody come in to the party. And I'm talking about maybe 15 years ago. And he was wearing like Nikes or some tennis shoes or something. And they laughed at him. And I was like, why are they laughing at this guy? I didn't click. I couldn't understand why these two guys were laughing at a guy because he was not wearing shoes or boots or whatever. And I told them, maybe he's not wearing your shoes because he hasn't got the money to buy the shoes. And I remember the face of these guys. They just left. They turned around and left me alone. So I guess they didn't like my comment. But you see, we are so used to be worried about things that we shouldn't be worried. And although that thinking brings anxiety, brings pressure, brings obligations, brings rules that we really shouldn't be following. Because all that is very stressful. Why is it that you have to ask somebody that you just met, what job do you have, what do you do, where do you live, what are you wearing, or whatever, instead of asking, how do you feel, what do you love, what do you enjoy? So you see, all these anxiety levels that we all have, they have to do with the disconnected that we are from ourselves. Because when you are connected within, when you are connected with yourself, you lose that insecurity that anxiety creates. So my friends, just for a moment, close your eyes, switch on off the light, relax, lay down or sit up straight or whatever you like, but just start breathing in, inhaling deep and exhaling deep. And as I exhale, I always tell you, as you exhale, it's like you become bigger, you become softer, you really relax. You start feeling your body and you start feeling yourself within your body. So while you're listening to my voice, try to relax and imagine that you are traveling within. You're traveling inside of you to that infinite space that we all have inside. Everything that you want to be, you can be. If you connect with yourself, everything that you want to get or you want to be, you will. You will acquire, you will get it in your life. But you can do it only if you're connected with yourself. Because when we start to trust that vibration that connects us directly with the universe, connects us directly with God, everything is given. It is now when we no longer feel that anxiety and we start feeling that peace that only spiritual security can give us. If you trust yourself, you trust the universe. If you trust the universe, you trust God. And nowadays, this is a universal movement. This is a universal situation, worldly. We are now experiencing a new connection with this new dimension, the one we're living in. This dimension that unites us all to the tree that's with the branches hitting on my window right now as I'm talking to you, connects me to the dog of my neighbor that moves its tail when he sees me. This plane, this dimension in which we are all born and die in, where it's only one energy that drives the whole, that unites us together, life. And when we are connected with this life, spirituality appears. And believe me, you don't need to be Buddha, you don't need to be Jesus, you don't even need to be spiritual for being spiritual. Spiritual is something that you feel that comes from within, that you don't study, that you don't learn. I didn't go to school for being spiritual. I've been a good person for being spiritual. Spirituality, you start feeling, and it takes you away from that life of addiction to all these constant problems that we invent for ourselves. Spirituality takes you away from worries, from travel, from things that you don't like, from problems, from those constant problems. If you learn how to live your life living it, you're going to start feeling good. You're going to start feeling healthy. You're going to start feeling confident. You're going to start feeling happy. Go with the flow. Maybe those hippies were not that crazy after all. If you really let that force guide you, you're going to stop being afraid of whatever is coming into your life that we are always thinking is going to be so bad. And unfortunately, if we think it's going to be bad, we're going to attract badness to our life. But when you start believing in yourself, when you start believing in life, believe me, you're going to start attracting good things into your life. We're so used to live desperate of whatever it doesn't even exist. We're so worried about things that they didn't even happen yet. But thinking like that, we make them happen. It's like when you try very hard to bend a tree and you cut the branches and you put wire on the branches and you make the most beautiful bonsai. But believe me, that bonsai, that tree will still go up straight to heaven. So we have the power to create the quiet life we need. Because remember, what worry us are our thoughts of the world and not the world. What worries me now, it's watching the news and seeing all the many horrible things that are going on, because it's my reaction of my future, of my fear, of what's going to happen and this and that, and not what is really going on. What is really going on is bringing problems and worries to the people that are making those problems, but not really to me. But yes, my reaction and my believing and me witnessing all this is what is making my mind think this way, in a panic, in fear. And this is what is bringing stress and anxiety. So you see, now I realize that anxiety, it's an invention of mine that slows me down and makes me sick. Imagine that you're turning off, like now, you're listening to my voice because you're trying to relax and meditate, and you disconnected your phone. You turn off the news, you turn off all these political debates, you unplug yourself from Facebook, your Instagram, whatever social media you follow, because you're connecting with your own Instagram, your own Facebook, your own social media within, which is the most perfect. Because is it good? Because it's perfect, because it's you, it's yourself. And because it's yours, because life will never give you something that will not make you stronger and that will not make you grow. And when you make friends with your life, you win a best friend that, believe me, will never betray you. Because we didn't come to this dimension to suffer. This is not a valley of tears where we have to die guilty and in sin, and we have been born guilty. We have come here to learn, to improve ourselves. When we love, we are in peace. We are in calm. We are with a purpose in life. And the awakening of this consciousness is to see that obvious reality that we all have. The reality to be free, to enjoy life, to be encouraged to be yourself, to live, to feel, to leave those fears and patterns that we all have been forced to follow to continue. So think it's your imagination that brings fear to you, not the fear itself. Because you're not living in the present moment, your life. Now, while you're listening to me, if you keep thinking about the problems that you had today, the problems that you have tomorrow, whatever you're going through, and you're not relaxing, it's not good. And it's not even that it's not good, it doesn't make any sense. Because you're thinking about something that is not existing in your life till tomorrow, whatever it is. So for once, now try to relax. So let's breathe in and breathe out, exhaling, relaxing, relaxing, melting. I'm always saying, imagine that you are like a candle and you're melting. And the more you melt, the more you relax, the more you open yourself to yourself. You're opening yourself to that infinitely powerful and beautiful being that's yourself. Life is yours and nobody else's. No one can take it away from you. Not jail, not a corrupt government. Be yourself. Be the one inside of yourself. Be the one within. Believe in that spirit. Believe in your spiritual being. In that higher being that we all have. In your energy, your angels, God, however you want to call it. So let's live this instant right now. This moment where only one thing can happen. Happiness, tranquility, peace, peace of mind. Because before, maybe we were not aware that we could be happy. And now you are aware. You know that you have that power. And in this right moment, right now, I just want to love and I just want to be happy. And this anxiety that's going on universally all over the world with all these changes, take it as an experience to change. You are there in the border of a swimming pool and you're getting ready to jump in. And that will bring you some kind of anxiety. You don't know if you're going to do it well, you don't know, but you still do it. So jump into that spiritual reunion that we all had lost. So next time that little voice that we all have inside of you tells you do this, do that, follow it, listen to it, because that's you, that's yourself, that's your spiritual being talking, connecting with you. Everything now is in a great process of changing. Your lifestyle, your food, your thoughts, maybe even your friends, whatever you're reading. You are the creator of your own inner reality. You don't depend on anybody, you don't depend on anything. You can do this by yourself. This is a lesson for all of us. This is not a punishment. Learn from it and grow from it. Do not be afraid and believe in yourself. Let the universe guide you and protect you. Namaskar, my friends. This is Devadatta from Dallas. Infinite love to all of you. And remember, use this time of anxiety to jump into the space of yourself, into the space of spirituality, of deepness within, deepness inside of you. Don't be afraid. Infinite love to all of you, my friends.